So we've looked at how to create the basic bonbon box. What you can do from here with a few additional score lines is actually convert your bonbon box into a basket, and these make lovely gifts, especially at Easter time or at Christmas, when you can put lovely little sweeties in and make it a lovely centerpiece for the table. And all we need to do, as you can see in these corners, we need to add in a few additional score lines. Let me show you how we do that. If we go back onto the Ultimate, onto the card making side, you'll see in each of these corners, this is where we did our original score line, which was on the Trifold A4. What I need you to do is come in and just put a little mark at the halfway point there, which is pretty much on our Gatefold A5 line. And you need to do that on all the corners. So what I find is easy to do all of one side first, then just flip it over and do all of the other side next. And that is giving us our halfway measurement. Now, this next bit's a tiny little bit complicated. You see where we've got a score line going from the point of intersection right to the very edge. I want you to do another score line going from the point of intersection to the mark that we've just made. So you need to find your line underneath, rotate until the marker point that you've done is in line with the line, and then take your score line out. Hold it there, rotate it so that your next score line is here, and then take that across. Okay, and we do that on all of the corners. So let me show you again. Find that corner, rotate and bring out to your first score line, turn it around and bring it out to the next one. So you get like a sunburst effect in each of the corners. So once we've got our sunburst effect in each of the corners, if we go to the centre part of the Ultimate and pop the paper trimmer into place, we need to trim diagonally across the corners. So all we do here is line up this score line and this score line with where you can see your cutting mouse is underneath. So you lift the hinge of the paper trimmer and then cut right across the edge. We'll do the same here. We've got this score line and this score line, and we're just going to go straight across the edge on all four corners. Now that's all of the work on the Ultimate done. Now if you see these corners, we do need to burnish the crease lines that we've just added in. And you can see how they start and fall into place. Because in each of these corners now, can you see when it folds up, you're going to push one crease line outwards and the other two inwards. So you can see that coming in together. And actually, to hold the whole thing in place, all we do is we put a little hole, just like we did on the bonbon box, right into your score line. So on both sides. And you can see how that comes together. And then all we do is again bring in our thread, going into one, back out of the other. So we're just threading it and holding the two together. And then depending on how open or closed you want your basket to be, actually what I'll do is I'll do it so that we've got the tie on the outside. So you're going into this one and back out of this one. Yep, so depending on how tight you want your tie to be and how tight you want your basket to be, you can either pull this very, very tight, which would give you almost a cube shape, or you can loosen it off so that we have more more of that loose basket shape. And if I just tie this a little bit looser, and then if I bring back in the basket, you can see how that's what we've done on these corners, and I've actually even just taken the holes down a little bit, and it just opens that basket up a little bit. And then you just need to add a handle if you want. If it's just a basket to put sweeties in, for example, you might not need the handle. And you can see how very easily we can adapt just with the addition of 2 extra score lines in the corner and go from a very simple bonbon box to make it into a more fancy looking edge corner to give us that basket shape.